Welcome to the Cross Crime Channel, the portal to the darkest corners of human history, where we meticulously dissect and analyze true crime cases from around the globe. Before we dive into today's riveting case, remember to show your support by hitting that like button, sharing your thoughts in the comments, and subscribing to our channel. Your engagement fuels our quest for truth. Now, get ready as we delve into the case of Morio Tanimoto. Born in 1960 in Osaka, Japan, Morio Tanimoto's early life was marred by familial discord. Raised by a strict father who owned a local metal factory and a modest mother, Morio held deep love for both his parents, particularly harboring profound respect for his father. As the second born among four brothers, Morio's family life took a significant turn when his mother passed away during his middle school years. Post-graduation, Morio immersed himself in the family metal factory alongside his eldest brother, accumulating rich work experience and honing exceptional skills. Despite his dedication to his work, familial tensions brewed, resulting in frequent disagreements and quarrels with his elder brother. Complicating matters, Morio's father consistently sided with the elder sibling during these disputes. In 1980, at the age of 20, unable to bear the familial strain, Morio made a life-altering decision. He opted to distance himself from the familial turmoil, renting an apartment and seeking employment at another sheet metal factory. The passing of his father a few years later marked a pivotal moment, with the elder brother inheriting the factory and reigniting discord over the distribution of their father's estate. The familial rift reached an irreparable state, prompting Morio to sever ties completely. Departing with a house and some possessions, he vowed never to cross paths with his family again, leaving behind a legacy of fractured relationships and untold grievances. Morio, a tall and slender figure, exuded an air of quiet reserve. He navigated life without raising his voice or indulging in the intoxicating embrace of alcohol. Around his mid-20s, he embarked on a journey at another metal factory as a part-time worker, drawn in by a help-wanted advertisement, as revealed by the factory's 78-year-old president. With a blend of robust skills and hands-on experience, he swiftly ascended to the status of a regular employee, immersing himself in tasks such as roof repair and other related endeavors. Describing Morio's character, the president remarked on his serious demeanor and unwavering sense of responsibility. When asked about Morio, the president would say he was an outstanding metal worker, noting the remarkable finesse evident in the finishes of the products crafted by Morio, each bearing the imprint of his excellent craftsmanship. However, after approximately 7 years, he departed from the factory, expressing a desire to pursue something else. Intriguingly, he returned about a year later. In 1985, Morio embarked on another journey, this time into matrimony, marrying a nurse. The duo planted roots in Nishiodogawa Ward, purchasing a new home in 1987 with a hefty loan of 12 million yen, or roughly $84,400. The fruits of their union resulted in 2 sons, and for 2 decades, the family of 4 resided in quiet anonymity. Neighbors saw them as the epitome of ordinariness, a family who kept to themselves, rarely engaging with the world around them. 2 decades passed, marked by a silence that masked the storm brewing within the walls of domesticity. Yet in 2006, the tranquil facade crumbled as Morio severed ties with his family, retreating to a solitary apartment 1.5 kilometers away. The reasons as to why Morio severed ties with his family at the time were unknown. The narrative revealed itself a little more in 2008, when the whispers of a fractured marriage grew into an ominous roar. Morio, approaching the threshold of 50, found himself entangled in the desolation of divorce. The reasons, shrouded in mystery, left a void in the narrative, He harbored an unrelenting desire to mend the rift, but his pleas fell on deaf ears. The divorce was finalized, and the fracture within the family deepened, leaving Morio alone, drowning in the abyss of solitude. It was around this time that he resigned from his factory job, further enhancing his loneliness. Unbeknownst to those around him, extreme thoughts took root, manifesting in a desperate desire to end his own life. Fueled by fear, Morio sought an irreversible path, one paved with the blood of others. April 2011, a seemingly innocuous date night unfolded. A planned trip to the movies was arranged by Morio's eldest son between he and his father. Little did he know, this night would serve as the canvas for Morio's descent into darkness. After the film, Morio would return to his son's apartment, laughter and camaraderie masking the malevolence that lingered in his thoughts. A facade of normalcy hung in the air, but beneath the surface, hesitation gripped Morio's resolve. Sushi lay untouched as he wrestled with the dark thoughts that swirled within. A prior trip to the wine shop with his eldest son, an attempt to drown the impending horror in spirits, failed to delay the inevitable. As night turned into morning, Morio, driven by an irrepressible force, unveiled the tools of his malevolence: a kitchen knife, a meat slicer, a stun gun, tear gas, and a hammer. In the pre-dawn hours, the veneer of normalcy shattered as Morio, fueled by unseen demons, unleashed a horrifying attempt at his son's life. Morio directed the 15-centimeter kitchen knife towards his eldest son, a harbinger of the malice that had festered within the depths of his tortured soul. The words echoed in the chilling air: "Let's go, die together." The son, a resilient figure, confronted the shadow of his father's evil actions, swiftly reacting to the suicidal message, sparking a harrowing clash within the confines of their shared space. The confrontation escalated into a frenzied battle, the son grappling with the irrationality that had consumed his father. In a desperate bid for survival, the son seized the kitchen knife, pushing the deranged father out of the apartment. Bruised and battered, the eldest son emerged victorious, but the scars of the encounter etched a haunting tableau of familial horror. As Morio fled, the tendrils of suspense tightened, weaving a web that would ensnare him once more in the hands of justice. The police were called, and Morio was located and arrested not too far from the scene and charged to court. In the courtroom, the defense suggested a narrative of depression and mental affliction, seeking clemency for the accused. Yet the gavel fell, and Morio faced a 4-year sentence in prison for attempted murder. A psychiatric diagnosis and treatment offered a glimmer of redemption, a tentative thread connecting him to a world outside the prison walls. The perpetrator, Morio, while serving his sentence, spiraled into hysteria, vowing retribution against his estranged ex-wife and son. Upon release, disillusionment festered. His smartphone, void of social connections, mirrored a life spent in isolation, consumed by hatred and destitution. The expanse of Osaka's flower district cradled the house he inherited, a silent witness to his isolation. The ghosts of the past clung to him, preventing integration into the vibrant tapestry of society. Marching through the alleys of loneliness, he sought solace in the Nishi Umeda clinic, grappling with the relentless demons of depression. Nestled within the confines of the 8-story Dojima North building in Sonozaki Exindi, Kita Ward, Osaka City, the Nishi Umeda Clinic earned a reputation for its empathetic approach to aiding individuals ensnared by the shadows of panic disorders and depression. Erected in 1970, the building itself stood as a bustling complex. Within its diverse walls thrived an assortment of businesses, ranging from clothing stores and foreign language learning schools to beauty salons. Among these, discreetly tucked away, was the psychiatric clinic attended by Morio. The clinic's purpose once noble, emerged as a fragile backdrop, a program aimed at rehabilitating those halted by mental illness. Amidst shared stories and psychological counseling, a speculated motive surfaced, a whisper of revenge, fueled by the pain of a fractured past. The aspiration was that the psychiatric sessions Morio participated in at the clinic would alleviate his depression and nurture his integration into society. Yet, despite these endeavors, the lingering loneliness that trailed him beyond the clinic's walls cast an ominous pall. A rented-out house he owned previously provided a fleeting source of income, but the vacuum left by the departing tenant threatened financial ruin. Seeking aid from the local district government, he encountered rejection, perhaps a consequence of possessing two properties. With a meager bank balance, dwindling to near 600 yen, around $4 painted a portrait of enduring poverty and loneliness. Withdrawing a mere 83 yen at the year's outset, he embarked on a solitary journey, trapped in the labyrinth of his deteriorating mental state. Confronted by the abyss of solitude, he clung to the clinic. December 17, 2021, at the ominous hour of 10:20 a.m., a fire alarm pierced the tranquility of the Dojima North building. Smoke, like the ghostly whispers of impending doom, curled out from the windows, signaling the onset of an inferno. The clock continued to tick, and at 10:46 a.m., the flames extinguished, revealing a charred battleground. As the acrid scent of burnt dreams lingered, the search and rescue mission commenced. A race against time to salvage lives from the aftermath of the fire. Firefighters, the unsung heroes of desperation, rushed 28 people to 13 hospitals in the heart of Osaka City. Yet, the harrowing truth unveiled itself in the aftermath. 26 lives extinguished, 2 clinging to the thin thread of survival. Medical staff and patients, trapped in the unforgiving jaws of carbon monoxide poisoning, became the casualties of this calculated assault. The Osaka police, vigilant custodians of justice, probed the sinister origins of this tragedy. Eyewitness accounts cast shadows of suspicion, revealing a deliberate act of arson. An investigative department sprang into existence, a beacon of hope in the encroaching darkness. Amidst the ruins, gasoline cans and lighters spoke of nefarious intentions, while the unscathed surveillance cameras within the clinic silently bore witness to the malicious fire that unfolded. The narrative took a haunting turn as the veil of anonymity lifted, revealing a face that was once part of the clinic's trusted patron. A middle-aged man, shopping bags in hand, covertly entered the clinic. What seemed like a routine visit morphed into a surreal nightmare as he callously placed the bags next to a heater. In a dance of destruction, liquid spilled forth, and when it met the heated coils, flames leaped, consuming everything in their path. 2 days after the fiery cataclysm, on December 19, the police unraveled the mystery. The suspect, critically injured in the blaze, lay in a hospital bed, teetering on the precipice of life and death. The gravity of the situation prompted an exception, the release of the man's identity and a haunting image of his face. Tanimoto Morio emerged as the puppeteer of this sinister symphony, leaving the city of Osaka ensnared in the grip of suspense and horror. In the dimly lit corridors of the hospital, a sinister truth unfolded, casting a pall over the meager chances of survival. The Dojima North building structure, ill-suited for emergencies, betrayed its occupants as flames danced in delight. The hospital's interior, a claustrophobic expanse of less than 100 square meters, offered a harrowing backdrop to a tale of impending doom. The escape route, a narrow path fraught with desperation, revealed its cruelty. Though windows adorned the walls, they served as cruel illusions, offering a false promise of liberation. The hallways ablaze mocked the trapped souls within. In the grip of terror, The only exit, the entry door, became an impassable barrier, sealing the fate of those trapped within. As if scripted by a wicked force, Morio's heinous act extended beyond mere arson. He became the puppet master, obstructing the desperate attempts of others to flee. The police reviewing the footage uncovered a grisly truth. Morio, after igniting the flames, didn't seek escape. Instead, he transformed into a sinister gatekeeper, armed with tear gas sprayers to unleash chaos upon those yearning for salvation. The very air became a weapon, wielded to heighten the horror of this nightmarish ordeal. Hope clung to the belief that the sprinkler system would be the savior, dousing the flames and extinguishing the threat. Yet, the cold reality shattered this illusion. No smoke exhaust, no fire extinguishing system. The building, a relic from 1970, remained untouched by the fire protection laws post-1974. 50 years of apparent safety crumbled in the face of Morio's evil. The investigation, a descent into the abyss of Morio's psyche, uncovered a disturbing pattern. 3 kilometers away, a test fire raged in his own home, a prelude to the horror he'd go on to unleash. Surveillance cameras tracked his ominous journey to the scene, gasoline cans concealed in his bag, a chilling testament to his premeditated evil act. The police delved deeper, unearthing a trove of evidence within Morio's home. Newspapers chronicling heinous acts, a memo declaring his intent to kill people, a disturbing affinity for previous acts of arson. All pieces of a puzzle that painted a chilling portrait of a disturbed mind. The meticulous planning, initiated 5 months prior, culminated in a tragedy that claimed the lives of over 20 innocent victims. The cowardice that marked his existence unfolded as a self-imposed sensory deprivation experiment, a life tethered to fantasy, void of tangible connections. As reality clashed with his psychological hurdles, his journey mirrored an escape, a cyclical retreat into the recesses of his mind. In the final act of despair, he sought to end his life whilst taking others with him, longing to escape the relentless grip of loneliness, leaving behind a distorted tapestry of a tormented soul. And thus, we conclude the twisted case of Morio Tanimoto. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you won't miss our next investigation. And if you have any theories or insights about this case, share them in the comments below. Until next time, remember, the pursuit of truth never rests, and in the world of true crime, there are always more mysteries waiting to be unraveled. Stay safe.